Keep her moving. Featherweight bout here against Joanderson Brito coming in at minus 975 against Westin Wilson, plus 975 for him, over under 1.5 rounds, plus 230 for the over, minus 230 for the under. Not expecting this one to last too long. 4-1 in their last 5, both fighters. The debuting Westin Wilson, 16-7. He's getting a tough draw here against Joanderson Brito. He's taking it on short notice. Brito was supposed to fight Hussein Ashkabov, but Ashkabov had to pull out. And now he's getting Westin Wilson, who is training partner of Stephen Thompson, longtime training partner of Stephen Thompson. 34 years old, 6'1" though for featherweight, so he's a long dude. He's got a lot of submissions under his record, 11 to be exact, but he's been submitted 4 times. He's been knocked out once. He's never won a fight by decision. He's lost 2 by decision. So he's an all-action fighter, and he's coming in here against Joanderson Brito, who's got some big finishing ability himself. He's only won 2 fights by decision, the rest of them by submission or KO. 5 KOs on his record. His last time out, he submitted Lucas Alexander in the first round. And before that, knocked out Andre Fili in 41 seconds with a nice right hand. Not giving Westin Wilson too much of a chance to win this one. Yeah, I mean, obviously the pick's going to be Brito, but is there any, I mean, the path to victory for Westin Wilson would be like to snatch up some kind of submission,
right?
Which is possible. And the frame is going to be tough to deal with. He's got a lot of guillotine chokes under his belt, some rear nakeds, but I don't know if he can really get in those spots against Brito, who's probably going to be, throwing a blitz at him right away. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Brito, he's just so solid everywhere the fight goes. I mean, so far in the UFC, he's fought good competition right off the bat. I mean, he doesn't really have a layup fight. The Lucas Alexander fight looked like a layup, but I mean, Alexander went in there and found the win in his next fight and showed that he's a pretty good fighter all around. So knocking out Andre Fili, super impressive, considering Fili's fought a ton of guys in the division and has phenomenal power in his hands as well. And your only loss in the UFC is Bill Algeo, and we all know he's as solid as they come too, especially in the grappling and finding that submission in Kansas City while we were there. So yeah, man, Brito, how do you give Westin Wilson a chance? Like, props to him for taking this on short notice and stepping up and getting your shot in the UFC. I'm sure Wonder Boy maybe had a little bit to do with that, but he's training with Wonder Boy. He's going to have a weird style to deal with. That's Wonder Boy's whole thing. Like, how do you hit him? How do you take him down, or at least when he was younger? Westin Wilson should be a little bit hard to deal with for guys, but a guy like Joanderson Brito, who is super, just well-rounded everywhere the fight goes. He can sub you. He'll knock you out. It seems like he's got good cardio and a decent pace. So, yeah, man, I don't know if he deserves to be minus 1250, but he definitely deserves to be a big favorite here. And I think he gets it done inside the distance.
Yeah, I could see maybe like some kind of feeling out process for Brito, because Westin Wilson's going to be maybe look a little imposing with that stature, but yeah, I think eventually he gets it done inside the distance.